Hey ladies and gentlemen, Rain Day here. I've actually got a chance to sit down with Fnatic Thiel, the #1 team in the world's #1 tank. He's been willing to give us a little bit of his insight heading into the new lands coming up both in Vegas and in the Masters land here at High Res. So let's take a minute and catch up with this tank and what he has to say about what's happened and what's going to come. You guys lost 4-0 to Na'Vi. I want to know, how did that loss kind of light a fire underneath your team heading into this season and this year? Did it mentally affect you? What was the thought and I think just the environment of Fnatic after you guys went down 4-0?
I mean, losing the set is something we didn't want to have happen, but we were also expecting to not go out in the finals, but definitely go with a fight, which didn't really happen. But we kind of knew after the loss what was going to happen in the future. You know, the team changes, but also the change in mentality and the approach to the game. And, you know, just with any loss in any game, if you lose, you can do one of two things. You can quit and give up, or you can, you know, learn from it, reflect on it, and you use it to motivate you to get better. And fortunately for me, myself and all my teammates, we took the latter option, and we just got super motivated to just go super hard this season.
What do you feel want to accomplish this year?
I just want to win everything. I mean, I have won a LAN before, which is now over a year ago. And since then, I haven't really tasted that win anymore, that victory, that offline victory. So for me personally, I like playing tank. I don't want to change roles. I know it's a lot of tanks playing DPS as well, which I think is fine. And I definitely could do that if I wanted to, but I don't want to because I like playing tank more. As far as that's concerned, I want to carry as hard as DPS can playing a tank. Doesn't matter what it is, and I just want to get better at that, improve my own playstyle, and win as many LANs and tournaments as I can. Well, a lot of people ask me how to get better as a tank player, and some tank mates in the game, they approach it by playing only tanks in the game. But if you play against me casuals, you'll most likely see me playing DPS roles, because I already play this tank so much in scrims, and you need to understand how DPS plays well. So if you play a really good Cassie, and then you play a tank against that Cassie, you know what that Cassie is capable of and what you can do. So I think if I do have to give a tip to all the tank mains out there, is make sure you play all the characters as well, so you know what to expect.
You know, what do you guys think is the key to success? Everyone is gunning for your crown. Everyone's figuring out, how do we beat Fnatic? You know, what's crucial for you guys to do to maintain your spot at the top?
I think the biggest thing is to approach offline games the same as online games. In nature, you're still playing the same game. You're still sitting on, you know, behind the screen with a computer. And it might feel different. There's people watching you, there's people talking to you before and after the games. But I think what's important for me, and probably for my team as well, is to just approach it as we did online, which is do your own thing, do your ritual. You know, if you eat before games, eat before games. If you sleep before the game, take a nap. Just do what you always do.
You know, for me, the frontline meta, this meta, people have said it's really fallen into Fnatic's lap, and I couldn't agree more. But I've already, and you know, I cast a lot, and PGS, and PPL, and PCS, and I've already started to see some shifts because I notice teams can't do this single front line as well all the time, and I'm seeing more duo tank come back in, or seeing moments where, you know, Genos is really disregarded as far as picks, maybe not so much in Europe. But are you noticing these trends? Do you think this meta will last forever? And do you see some trends already shaping up for the upcoming lands?
I don't think meta is really a thing that comes and goes. I think the top team per region usually dictates what the meta is. And sure, there's some overlining similarities here and there. If you look at NA, for example, and we're analyzing all the games there, G2, for example, is the best team there. They usually play only double tank, and all the other NA teams follow suit and also play double tank. Well, in EU, no, we beat double tank with single tank, so we forced the meta to be single tank there. I think meta is not something that just becomes out of nowhere. I think the top teams dictate what works, and then teams that try to copy that. So I don't really necessarily say that single tank meta is the meta right now. It might be our meta because we're just the winning team. But I don't think it's a meta necessarily. I think that, you know, any team can pull out anything at any point and then suddenly make it meta.
Thiel, thank you so much for joining us, man. I wish you the best in all of the lands. We'll be seeing you very soon in Vegas, so get ready to party.
Oh yeah, let's go.
All right, that's Thiel from Fnatic. We're going to go back to the Esports Live Weekly. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, Rain Day, today. We'll see you all soon.